Hello and welcome to West London and a very chilly Wembley. I'm heading up Olympic Way towards the iconic stadium, but today I'm not here to see the event. Me and over 7,000 others are here to actually be the event. Yes, ladies and gents, it's that time again. This is the Men's Health Survival of the Fittest, powered by the all-new Renault Kadjar. The business kicks off at 9 a.m. with a full 12 hours of action that will see us well into the night. And with all great races, we are going to need a great commentator. So while I go and get my race kit on, I'm going to hand you over to Rob Walker to talk you through the action.
Thanks, Dino. Well, we cannot wait for this to start, and we can officially say it's the first day of winter. Conditions here will certainly make it a memorable day for the 7,000 or so competitors. There'll be 28 start waves over the course of the day, with most of the best going in the Elite Wave 1. There are some old favourites on this course, as well as some new imaginative adrenaline rushes, testing every single muscle group. The start takes them towards the hay bales, get there too quickly and they'll be running into oxygen deck. The first couple of kilometres, well, it's a non-stop blitz of obstacles, and after that comes a few early laps round this great stadium, before a slide down Olympic Way into some water that's rather bracing and pretty refreshing. After this, they leave Wembley Park and go underground, a pitch dark 400-metre tunnel, just the start of a kilometre in the storm drain. Then they head back to Wembley, where it's time for the monster obstacles, kicking off with the big one. And you need a head for heights for the airdrop, which certainly sees the pulses racing a fraction. Then it's on to the New Balance Big Rig, testing agility and strength. Go on! Oh, so close. An icy bath for those who don't manage to hold on. Then the familiar Men's Health Wall of Fame, before a new, even more challenging ascent of the Renault Mount Kadjar Travelator. Get to the top of this one and it's all downhill into the finish. For most of the 7,000 competitors, this is a 10k day event, but the real hardcore can also sign up for a shorter, sharper, faster 5k nighttime version. You really have to be up for it to do both. Well, it's the 10k course we focus on first of all, and obstacle racing, well, it was invented by the military, so you could expect those with experience in uniform like Adam Cracknell to take this all in their stride.
So Adam, obstacles, running, you used to be a Royal Marine. This is a walk in the park for you, surely?
Yeah, I mean, it looks like a good course. The weather's certainly, well, ready for the weather as well. So I think it's got everything for a good event.
It is freezing cold, mate. I mean, I've got 25 pairs of gloves on, but you standing here almost looks like it's summer for you. This is basically how you made your living, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's not too, similar to what training was in the Marines, so I should be prepared for it.
Connor Hancock's an up-and-coming figure on the British and world obstacle racing scene. The youngest of the top contenders here, this northern lad could spring a surprise.
First up, how's preparation gone for today?
Bang on UK champs last week, won that one. Steady week this week, just see how it goes, really have fun and see how it goes.
You've done an awful lot of adventure races before, but it seems actually weird that I'm going to say this is actually almost a sprint for you.
Yeah, it's pretty short to be fair. My ideal distance might be 10-12 mile-ish, but I've done them from 5k to a marathon, so it should be fun.
Well, the elites may be going for glory, but most are just here for the challenge and the camaraderie. Many of the teams made up of work colleagues. It's all about getting out, getting fit and getting active.
This is our first time together today as a group that we've met all in one place. So we've done no training and no research.
So you don't know who's going to be the weakest link?
No, I think we'll all be quite weak together. And we've seen a few bits from here and it all looks pretty wet and cold and busy and yeah, quite active. So I don't know how we're feeling, pretty apprehensive.
Well, one group who've signed up for this are the Girls Do It Better team. There's sure to be laughter, possibly even tears, and they'll be as determined as anyone to get round.
How are they going to do?
Wonderfully, if we all sit together and we run around the ones we can't do.
You can't run around the ones you can't do, because there's several out there that I can't do. You've seen the course, obviously. You know what you're faced with. What are going to be the highs and the lows?
Upper body strength ones are going to be tricky, I think. But I'm looking forward to the Travelator.
Have you all run it as a team before? Are you trained together?
No.
Win, lose or draw, you're out there to have fun. It's like everyone else. I hope you have a fantastic day.
Thank you!
Plenty of smiles and determination, but Wave 1 is about the elites and a certain former Commonwealth champion decathlete. There's Cracknell looking pensive, but he's ready.
Do you know what? I've presented this race without running it for God knows how many times. This is my chance to actually get stuck in. I don't know whether I'm nervous or really excited, but I'll tell you one thing, I ain't in 10k shape, so this should be fun. Go!
Oh, Dean Macy left behind at the start line there, but at last they're underway. Well, this is the climax of a season of survival of the fittest racing that has seen the best test themselves in Edinburgh, Manchester, Cardiff and Nottingham. There's certainly no hanging around over the hay bales. Well, Dean Macy is used to producing his best over 10 events. I wonder how he's coping with the early stages here.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's the first 100 yards gone. Just another 9,900. At least my hurdle skills serve me well.
110 hurdles, a great way to start day 2 of the decathlon, but Dino's got a long way to go. Up with the leaders, in the green, that's Connor Hancock. Remember, he's the UK champion, and just behind him, the aptly named Tristan Steed in the black and yellow. Well, Steed's gone for a very unusual approach here. That is exceptional balance and real confidence. So Steed has gone into the lead, Hancock following his technique. He's in second. These guys are making the early obstacles look very, very easy. Meanwhile, on the far side in the orange, Ross Brackley in the mix for third. Back at the start, yet another wave ready to go. Poised and ready for action in this wave are the Girls Do It Better group. Well, we'll get to find out if they really do. There's Beth Adams. Her claim to fame before competing here was performing at the Royal Albert Hall. She's going well in the early stages, as are Lucy Smith and Holly Whiteside nearest the camera. Already being tested on this great course. Well, Whiteside in particular, she's got great sporting pedigree, former British gymnast, now a personal trainer. She's practicing what she preaches here. Long, long way to go. So here are the leaders. Tristan Steed in that distinctive yellow and black t-shirt. Clearly feeling good, gives it the big thumbs up, but a glance over the shoulder quickly becomes a thumbs down. Connor Hancock, well, he's looking really smooth here. He's already opened up a couple of metres on Steed, who was so confident over those early obstacles. Here's Brackley in third place, a real battle royale going on there. Ryan Bennett's also in that group, and in sixth place, Adam Cracknell. But the lead is all about Connor Hancock at the moment. He is looking good. And so too is our star man. He's still got it, that Dean Macy.
I'll tell you what, it's all well and good introducing the show, interviewing people and seeing the emotions on their face. But it's only when you get stuck in that you really know how much it tests them. And it's testing me.
But he's still smiling, Dean Macy. That's the most important thing. Let's hope he's still wearing a grin when he heads down Olympic Way in what is sure to be a memorable moment. Here he goes.
That is cold. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in 3 minutes with more action. Here they come. Welcome back to Wembley Park. I tell you what, there's everybody here, from friends and family running in teams, fitness freaks, and some of the best obstacle racers on the planet. Oh, and there's one fat, tall, bald, washed up old decathlete as well. let's get back out on the course and see where everybody is. I'm going this way.
I think Dean Macy does himself a disservice. 7,000 people here in all for the Men's Health Survival of the Fittest, powered by the all-new Renault Kadjar. A 10k obstacle course, a huge amount of fun, all set around the iconic Wembley Stadium. And here we are with the leaders. Connor Hancock has been up front and in charge as far as the elite wave is concerned. Here's Ross Brackley, 14th in the recent World Championships. Really good runner who was third in the recent UK Championships. But an ankle injury earlier this year looked as though it would put pay to his entire season. Not so, he's back.
So Ross, amongst a lot of the elites, you seem to be the man to beat, is what I'm hearing.
I don't know who you've heard that from, but I hope so.
Well, I spoke to you just off camera and you said you're more of an obstacle runner than an actual runner, and I think there's slightly less running here than there normally is, so it should suit you.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, having a quick look around, there seems to be a lot of quite difficult technical obstacles, so and in this weather, they're going to be tough to do.
Yeah, so how is the weather going to play a part with you? Because I've got God knows amount of gloves on and thermals on as well, and it's freezing, and I've got to get out there as well, so give me some tips, bud.
Yeah, I think you'll be alright with the gloves, but for doing obstacles like this, I like to have like bare hands usually, which is going to be tricky today because they're going to be raw.
What a battle going on for the minor places. That's Cracknell in the blue t-shirt, quickly followed by Ryan Bennett, an excellent cross-country runner. And here's the early leader, Tristan Steed, a 2:53 marathon man. Whoops, watch your footing there. Into the storm drain. There's Brackley, who we've just heard from, picking up those knees and trying to close the gap on Connor Hancock up front. Cracknell is into his stride. Bennett gives a little thumbs up to the camera. There's more where that came from him. Plenty still streaming across the start line, all very much enjoying the experience, and so too is Dean Macy.
Tell you what, I should have bought my fishing rod, shouldn't I?
As useful with a rod as he was on his 10 disciplines in the decathlon, but he used to find the 1500 a bit of a grind on that last event.
Nice and warm.
A great spirit in the storm drain. Here are Natasha Bailey and Livy Foster for Girls Do It Better. Some great teamwork going on here for the girls.
Alright, it's really good. So much fun. Oh god. Very wet, but good. So far so good. Cold feet.
And good to see them running once again. Nobody's hanging around on this 1 kilometre in the River Brent. Even the superheroes are getting in the spirit. Catwoman can't avoid a tumble. No one is safe in the storm drain. So, Connor Hancock enters the warehouse. He makes short work of what they call the mangle. Oh, he makes climbing that wall look so easy, and it certainly won't be with 7k on the clock. Ross Brackley is clear in second place. The bandana comes off and goes round the wrist. He's being roared on by many of the competitors still yet to start here at Wembley Park. Great display of core strength there from Ross. Remember, third in the Nationals. A really classy competitor. But even he, and I'm sure Connor Hancock, are both beginning to feel this. There's the girls' captain.
Well, we can't fill up for you anymore.
Well, Clemmie Marcel knows what it is to produce the stamina. She's done the London and Bilbao marathons this year, but the mangle is a very different kind of challenge.
I feel like a baby thing. Yes! This is so hard!
Still in the lead, Connor Hancock has arrived at what they call the big one. 8'6" high, those containers. He is floating. Ross Brackley still behind him in second place, but you suspect that gap is growing. Now, this is Ryan Bennett, the cross-country specialist, with Adam Cracknell just behind him. This is third and fourth here. Bennett has got up onto the top of the container. You would have thought this is meat and drink for Cracknell in the blue. He's the former Marine. Great to see Bennett trying to give him a helping hand, but this just underlines how difficult some of these obstacles are. Bennett is away and clear and gaining valuable seconds. Cracknell, a tall figure, and that doesn't always help when it comes to these really intense bursts of energy to get up the obstacles. But there he goes. Connor Hancock on what they call the airdrop. Yet again, he's using an unusual technique. Brackley a little more cautious with his technique, jumping off the wall. Hancock looks as though he's got this under control. He's now on the New Balance big rig. That is so difficult, bearing in mind how cold their hands are. So impressive from the men in first and second. And Hancock is closing in on a victory here. Scales the men's health wall of fame. Once again, making it look pretty straightforward, but there's a twist in the tail of this course, and it comes in the form of the Renault Mount Kajar Travelator. Oh, too easy there from the 22-year-old Northerner, who said he might spring a surprise or two on the rest of the field, and he's doing so, charging into the finish. A really impressive performance from the British champion and the man who only just missed out on a medal at the recent World Championships. He takes the title here at Wembley. Brackley finishes in second place, little slip notwithstanding, but what an effort by the winner.
Brilliant, loved it. Really just a fast course really, apart from not moving my face now, a bit numb. Really cold, some challenging obstacles. That was my first one, so yeah, I'll be back next year.
Brackley should be rightly proud of his contribution to a great race.
When we had about 1 kilometre running in the water, he's so quick from there, so he's gone. I'll be back next year, definitely, for sure.
So first and second home and almost dry. The battle for third is turning into a real epic. That's Ryan Bennett, a great cross-country runner at school. Just behind him in the blue t-shirt is Adam Cracknell. They're both side by side as they scale the wall of fame. Remember, Cracknell took a few attempts to get up the container. Now, how will they cope with the Travelator? There are two sides to the car, and they're both there. It's neck and neck. This is so close. Who can produce a final finishing burst of speed? Cracknell ahead, but only just. There's Bennett. Just the downhill slide to come. Cracknell has the slight advantage here. Can he make it count? But Bennett staying on his back a little longer, and look how far he's managed to slide. This is Cracknell's to lose, you would think. He has ever such a slight advantage here. Just the end of the yellow inflatable separating him from third place. Bennett has slipped, but Cracknell's struggling there over the inflatable. Bennett takes third, Cracknell is fourth. What a brilliant climax to the battle for the podium there. This is the point at which you thought Cracknell was home and dry, but he just couldn't get over that inflatable.
I think Alan kept our speed up all the way round. We're trying to chase down first and second, so yeah.
And then at the container, Ron tried to get me out, he still couldn't get me out there, but yeah.
He still caught me back up, didn't he? And then right at the end, Alan slipped over, so I stole it.
Well, the elites have done a great job, but so too have 7,000 other competitors. The action happening all throughout the day here at Wembley, and there's the big fella. Not often you see Dean Macy looking a little unsure of himself.
Don't ask me twice.
There he goes.
I want to do that one again.
The Dean machine still trucking and still smiling. So too are the girls and Clemmy Marcel, who's got a plan for the big one.
Find a man and climb up him.
Some brilliant teamwork here by the girls and all the rest of the competitors. Now for the airdrop. Little bit of psyching up. There goes Holly Whiteside. And this is Beth Adams, the digital media planner, just a little bit nervous.
3, 2, 1, go. Do it again. 3, 2, 1, go.
Yes, get in.
I'm really scared.
Oh, Natasha Bailey goes for the drop in altitude nose hold. The girls successfully negotiating the airdrop as Dean Macy turns his huge frame and attention to the big rig.
I've got to be honest, I think you picked the wrong technique. Yeah.
Not often you see Dean Macy straddling parallel bars. Almost everyone taking a tumble in the cold water, but nobody minds. The Travelator and the glory of the finish line is closing in, even for the superheroes and heroines. Come on! So much harder than it looks. So let's see if the girls really can do it better. Come on, come on. Yes. Clemmy Marcel. Oh, brilliant teamwork to keep her at the top of the Travelator. Job done. Oh, here comes the Decathlon World Championship silver medalist from Seville. He's a big, strong unit, Dean Macy, and he'd make a Wall of Fame look easy there. What about the Travelator? Oh my gosh, absolutely flying. And so too are the girls. They said they'd finish together, and they've done so in style.
So good.
Don't think there was any point in me washing my hands.
We could keep going. We were just saying on the last hurdle, we were just like, oh, we're really sad, it's over.
Definitely.
We'll definitely be back.
Well, he played down his ability here today, but the Dean machine has smashed it.
Oh dear. I'll tell you what, there's been blood out there, plenty of sweat, a few tears, I bet. I can't feel my face, my fingers, or my feet. But I'll tell you what, me and thousands of others will be back next year because that was absolutely mental. I just hope it's more than 2 degrees. I'm going to go and get dried off. Rob, over to you, my friend. Whew, that was hard.
What an effort from Dino, and there are plenty of other first-timers who have loved the experience here at Wembley.
I'm so glad we've done it. These guys have just been amazing.
Amazing, brilliant time, yeah. Do it again next year. Hot chocolate and a beer now, I think. Yeah.
Next year then, guys, yeah?
Yay! Back again next year for sure.
Well, the entries are now open for next year, but for those who can't wait, the action goes on straight into the evening with the night event at 5K, half the distance, but with the biggest and best obstacles left in, it's just as much fun. See you next time.